And I didn't know that I was starting noticing that there was a delay. Consciousness had a delay. It was like shocking to me to feel that sometimes there was like a sensory contact, and it took a few milliseconds for me consciously understand and, let's say, have a reaction to that. Let's say if it's a gust of wind in your skin or anything, whatever it is, it took time to build a reaction. And I was just like all the time feeling that I was behind the experience. I couldn't be here and now, really. It just felt like everything was just pointing towards like I'm just full of a processing, interpreting device of my personal life. And I was just became extremely curious with that. And as we discussed before, I'm a musician, so I got to be very sensitive to delays. I say, for those of you who don't know, latency is a technical word for a certain delay. So you put something in a system, and it takes some time to get out of it, and so that's the latency. So, for example, now if I'm talking, there will be a difference between my mouth moving and the words coming to everybody listening to this. There will be a gap. That will be latency. There is this mismatch. You may think, oh, I don't notice that. I don't notice that delay between my experience and me and so on. So I was trying to explain, actually, if you really pay attention, everybody's noticing. Because, for example, now in this, for some reason, the audio and the video of this becomes a bit mismatched, even in just a few milliseconds. People can pinpoint, oh, it seems that there is lip syncing or something like that. It seems there's something weird about it. So that's kind of the experience that I had with my direct experience. I was feeling all the time, oh my God, what's happening? I'm always behind. I can never catch the moment right as it is. So that's why my entry point of the conversation with Sinsen, we started. So I found, okay, that's something I can talk, that I know very well. And it's really bugging me, my experience of meditation. And I wanted to hear. And he explained me, first thing, he threw back at me that actually my music training had a lot to do with me noticing that things. Many people may not have noticed that specific aspect. Like I said, it will go into your brain. We will see there are certain areas that are more trained for that. That's why you notice that. And we start discussing about what this latency means. What is how it affects your experience. The fact that you notice something right as it's happening on real time, or if you're noticing a little gap and what's happening in this gap. So the more, Sinsen was kind of guiding me. It wasn't really telling me things. It was just like helping me to understand what I was saying. And what happened, the reason, the first part of the book is all about this, what happens when you open up and these little milliseconds that apparently seems to be something we don't notice. And yet that's where all our suffering is taking place. We just don't notice because it kind of happens relatively quickly. But if you, for example, when people have the expression of being here and now, like you just made, a retreat, or you made a meditation, or you just leave it, you were about to die just a few moments ago, and suddenly just kind of, everything feels so real. You're not processing, you're not thinking about things you normally think. This kind of intimacy with the moment as it happens, that will be like a low latency. And on the contrary, someone who's, this is something that happens to all of us, that sometimes you get angry at something, at someone, but you just even notice that you're angry like long before. You were so infused in this reaction to it that you didn't even notice that you were reacting like that. That, I don't know if this is a clear example, but there is the more we have all these thoughts where we think and we talk, because that shouldn't have happened. And the more we create like a gap between how we experience life and how life is actually happening.